And now it's time for What's Hot. We talk about stories that
New PSA talks about safety, saying simply calling 911 and waiting is no longer your best option. You could beg for mercy from a violent criminal, hide under the bed, or you can fight back. But are you prepared? He talks about telling people considering taking a firearm safety course so they know how to handle a firearm and defend themselves, that kind of a thing. So, you know, people are really jumping on the sheriff for this one.
Well, on both sides. Now, this is going to be one where I think Ms. Klein and I are going to completely disagree on this, but I tell you, David Clark is absolutely my hero. This is a situation where you have a guy who is willing to take what is, I admit, the politically incorrect approach. Everybody else is saying guns bad, got to get guns out of the hands of law-abiding citizens. What he's saying is, hey, you can hide under a bed, or you can learn how to defend yourself when that violent criminal is coming after you.
And he's saying the reason he's doing this is because there have been cutbacks. They just don't have the manpower anymore. So basically he's saying it's going to take us longer to get there to help you.
Right.
Well, sorry, Jeff. I think I might be actually agreeing with you on some level today. I think it's important that people do know how to defend themselves. In today's day and age, everybody should know on some level how to pick up a firearm and use it properly in the event that they need to really, truly use it. But, man, that ad is controversial, and he's a very polarizing figure within Milwaukee. So it'll be interesting to see how we handle it here in Milwaukee, and then what happens nationally, because by far this is going to get...
Well, Texas is going, what's the big deal?
Well, yeah, but you're right. Forget Milwaukee. My prediction is this ad is going to be discussed on all the talking head shows all over the weekend, because I mean the other side is already coming out. There was somebody from an anti-violence initiative in Milwaukee who's saying, well, I think the sheriff needs to come out right away and say he made a mistake and apologize. I will tell you this: if you don't believe anything else I say today, David Clark ain't going to be coming out and saying he made a mistake and apologizing. He believes this very firmly.
I can definitely see how his message, though, would be interpreted differently. It's, you know, encouraging people to be vigilantes in the community and kind of step into the role of policeman when the policeman can't get there quick enough. So, you know, this is a really volatile topic. It'll be interesting to see what happens in the next couple of days.
And a lot of people think that it's not necessarily the sheriff's place to send that message either. All right, guys, thanks for weighing in. Coming up next, a frenzy over Subway's not quite footlong sandwiches. Now, several lawsuits have been filed, but do they hold weight?
It's no surprise. This is Wisconsin. You've got your gassed-up snowblower and a good shovel. And with John Milan's accurate forecast on your side, this snow doesn't stand a chance.
Together, we can handle Wisconsin's winter weather.
Yeah, you got this. John Milan and Storm Team Ford, on your side.
Summer Subaru is Wisconsin's largest, and we're celebrating. Experience Subaru safety, efficiency, and all-wheel drive with 0% for 63 months on Subaru Foresters. Choose from over 250 Subarus at Summer Subaru in Mequon.
You score little victories every day. Now you can do it with dinner. Introducing Land O'Lakes Sauté Express, the all-in-one sauté starter with butter, olive oil, herbs, and spices, so dinner really sizzles. It's one step, no prep, and so good, they'll ask for more. And that little victory is a pretty big deal. Land O'Lakes Sauté Express. Find it in the dairy aisle.
David and I have been involved with the MAC Fund for multiple years now. So right now we're going to see Dijon. He's been dealing with sickle cell anemia. He's got an incredible story. He's been through a lot, obviously, and he's cured.
My favorite team, Packers.
Who's your favorite player in the Packers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Hey, how you doing?
Aaron Rodgers.
See for yourself.
See for yourself.
We challenge real Milwaukee area moms to bring in their last receipt, buy the same items at Walmart, and see the price difference.
If you have a family, you should care about what you're spending.
No way.
You're a savings scholar.
I don't have to worry about comparing the price. It's every day. It's all the time.
Break me off a piece of those savings.
I love it.
I love them too.
Seriously?
I'm going to tell everyone they need to check Walmart out.
See for yourself.
Summer Subaru is Wisconsin's largest, and we're celebrating. Take on any adventure in your new Subaru Outback for just $229 per month. Choose from over 250 Subarus at Summer Subaru in Mequon.
Enter the Story of Us Valentine's Day contest. Visit TMJ4.com, keyword love, and share your photo and love story. You could win a weekend stay at participating Hilton Worldwide Hotels in Chicago.
Okay, everyone, we continue to see some scattered light snow showers around the region. Basically some flurries and an embedded light snow shower, which maybe will produce a dusting of accumulation for the rest of this afternoon. Most of us picked up about an inch of snow last night, and the storm quickly moved out of here. And so that's all what we've had, about an inch. We were thinking maybe 2 to 3, but since it moved so fast, not that much. But we're still seeing the flurries around the region, and that will continue until around 8 or 9 o'clock this evening. To the maps we'll go, and that storm system is leaving in a hurry, and we'll gradually see clearing tonight as this high pressure system moves on in. The clearing and a little bit of snow on the ground means a cold night tonight with temperatures dropping into the single digits. Tomorrow looks to be great. Sunshine, light wind because of the high pressure over us, and temperatures in the low to mid 20s. Very comfortable with the sun and the lack of a breeze. But then for Sunday, it'll start off okay, but then as you get toward midday, here comes the next storm system. It'll start off with snow, maybe an inch of accumulation, and as temperatures continue to warm throughout the day, that'll change to sleet. The potential for some freezing rain, which would slick things up really quick, and then changing over to all rain later in the evening and overnight. So there will be a little period there potentially on Sunday afternoon and evening where it could get pretty slippery around here. Temperatures warming up, considering how cold it was most of this week. Actually above zero everywhere this morning. 6 above in Rhinelander after being about 15 below every single morning so far. 17 above from Madison to Milwaukee and over towards Platteville. Temperatures right now warming up across the middle part of the country. 30s and 40s all the way down into Texas. So cool for them, but getting close to 40 in Des Moines. And that warmer weather will be here starting on Sunday until Tuesday. And it's going to get close to 50 degrees on Tuesday afternoon. And with a stormy pattern over us, we're expecting that wintry mix on Sunday, some light rain on Monday, and rain likely on Tuesday. You can see that there's still some grayness around and occasionally a flurry to a very light snow shower. The roads just look to be wet at this hour. 21 degrees in Waukesha. Southwesterly wind is at 6. The wind chill with that breeze is dropping into the lower to mid-teens. 11 very common from Sheboygan to Waukesha. 15 in Beaver Dam as well as Racine. The winds will shift to the northwest tonight as that storm system pulls out of here, and the winds will pick up to 10 to 15. And with the clearing and a little bit of snow, we'll drop into the single digits. Wind chill, though, could be 5 to 10 below by the time you wake up. The winds, though, will subside as that high pressure system gets closer to us tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon and evening look to be fantastic with a lot of sunshine, a light breeze, temperatures in the lower 20s, about 5 degrees below normal. But with that sun and the lack of a wind chill, will feel awesome as this high pressure settles in right over us. Unfortunately, it's a quick mover. That moves out Saturday night. Here come the clouds Saturday night and this wintry mess during the day on Sunday into Sunday night. Tonight, 6 degrees, wind chills as cold as 10 below by morning. Very pleasant for tomorrow, sunshine and 23 with a light breeze. Your 7-day forecast. The warming trend, 34 with a wintry mix. You'll basically see just about everything on Sunday afternoon and evening. Rain on Monday morning and 41, and then rain likely on Tuesday, a high near 50 before the cold moves back in by Thursday and Friday. So the snow that we do get will be gone by Tuesday.
Enjoy it quickly.
Right.
All right, Brian, thanks. And now it's time for more of What's Hot.
Again, we're joined by Katie Klein from Boelter Lincoln and Jeff Wagner of News Radio 620 WTMJ. Well, several people are suing Subway after this picture of a foot-long sandwich next to a measuring tape showing it's actually just 11 inches long. The most recent lawsuit claims the man, quote, suffered an injury, in fact, and lost money as a result of the deceptive and unfair conduct. What do you think of these lawsuits? Katie?
The injury.
Does size really matter? Yeah.
Well, you know, if I'm paying
go down
for a foot long, I better get 12 inches. 11 inches just isn't going to cut it. But the injury is a little perplexing. I mean, did the sandwich beat him up? And where does he get money to file such a frivolous lawsuit like this?
Because that's what we do in this country.
True that.
They're trying to start a class action lawsuit. They're trying to get people from all over the country who claim they've been ripped off. I was making fun of this, and since my radio producer, Crowbar, he says, well, wait a second, let's do the math on this. Let's say you eat one $5 foot long a week, and it turns out it's only 11 inches instead of 12. Well, that means you're getting ripped off for 1 inch of this, and if you go out, it's $20 a year. And I'm sitting there thinking, look, if you're really doing that, I'll give you the $20.
No kidding.
This is why people hate lawyers.
Well, also, there's so much energy thrown behind this. volunteer somewhere. Do some good in the community. Get a different type of sandwich.
Courtney's saying they have a little extra time on their hands.
Well, and things shrink, so it's not always going to be 12 inches, right? I mean, stuff happens in the baking process.
Third topic. Going down the drain.
Moving on.
We don't know what you're talking about, Courtney. Yeah.
Bread, people.
A man's love of the movie The Princess Bride lands him in hot water on an airplane.
His shirt had one of the film's most quotable lines from the movie.
My name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my father. Prepare to die.
So this is the shirt. He actually tweeted a picture of it, and it made other passengers feel threatened. Oh, I see. It's like written on a sticker.
It's like a hi, my name is.
Okay.
My name is.
Sorry, I'm trying to see that. Okay, so he had to change the shirt.
He didn't actually have to change the shirt because they couldn't find a shirt
My
for him to
script
put on.
says he had to change.
Well, I think that's inaccurate. But
did the airline overreact is the question.
For sure. It's a shirt.
Well,
it's a quote from a movie.
Yeah,
I'm sorry that the airline didn't get it. I mean, you know, maybe they need to be a little bit up on pop culture. But what threat does a T-shirt have?
Well, especially like this. I mean, there were a couple passengers, and that's what actually started this. A couple passengers freak out. Apparently, the flight attendant realized what this was. It seems to me the way you handle this is you go to these passengers and you say, you need to understand that this guy isn't a terrorist. This is a very famous movie, 1987, The Princess Bride. And here's the bigger issue to me. They let him fly on the plane anyway. So, I mean, if you think the guy really is a terrorist, what difference does it make whether he's... Yeah, that's exactly right. You cover, okay, turn your shirt inside out. Here, that. I mean, it seems to me it didn't exactly solve the problem. People, having said all that, though, you know, in today's day and age, I'm not sure I would have exactly showed up at the airport wearing that shirt.
Not a bright choice.
Right, but no, let him fly. He's not a terrorist.
Worse things have happened on airplanes than wearing that shirt.
And this, by the way, is an absolutely great movie. So if you haven't seen The Princess Bride, go check it out.
Katie?
I've never seen it.
Oh, come on.
I've never seen it.
Okay.
So would have you been offended if you saw a shirt then?
Not at all.
Not.
Not at all. I would have laughed and thought that was kind of kitschy and sat down and asked for a cocktail.
You guys
what else do you do on a flight?
You know the movie I want to see tonight?
No.
Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters.
Okay.
It's what happens. I mean, I've always wondered what would happen to Hansel and Gretel when they grew up. This movie's going to answer those questions.
What are we talking about?
So Buck Wild, Hansel and Gretel, and
Princess Bride.
So Katie, you're going to watch The Princess Bride tonight with a footlong from Subway.
And a ruler.
That is the best Friday night ever.
And a ruler.
And a ruler, yes. Ruler.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. Thanks, guys.